Hey, what's up, Georgia here? This time around it's Colorado. Uh, I found this thing called legalclarity.org. Uh, no, it starts off asking about if a fella can own a bow in Colorado. Uh, uh, this, Here's explore the legal nonsense of bow ownership for felons in Colorado, including distinctions from firearms and related restrictions. Understand what felons can and cannot legally possess, and is crucial for compliance with the law and avoiding penalties in Colorado. Questions often arise about whether a bow, commonly used for hunting or recreational archery, is treated similarly to firearms. This distinction has significant implications for individuals with felony convictions. Uh, Legal frameworks around both ownership by felons in Colorado addressing key cons- considerations such as possible as possession laws, restrictions tied to parole or probation, and the consequences of violation. In Colorado, the distinction between firearms and bows is crucial for individuals with felony convictions under Colorado revised statutes 18-12-108. It is unlawful for a felon to possess a firearm defined as any device discharging a projectile by explosive means. Bows, which rely on tension and release mechanisms, are excluded from this definition and are treated differently under the law. Court cases such as People versus Vigil has reinforced this separation, clarifying that bows are not firearms. The distinction determines how felons may legally possess and use bows in the state. Uh, Felons in Colorado, felons are prohibited from possessing firearms, but are not berated from owning a non-firing weapons like bows. The legal license allows felons to use bows for lawful purposes such as hunting or recreational archery, as long as they comply with other applicable laws. State focus is on managing public safety risks possessed by firearms which use explosive forces. Bows operating through mechanical tensions are not viewed as possessing the same level of threat. Uh, Hunting regulations in Colorado pose specific requirements for felons using bows, which felons can legally own bows. Hunting activities mostly comply with rules set by Colorado Parks and Wildlife. This includes obtaining proper licenses, such as archery specific permits for designated seasons and adhering to season dates, bag limits, and wildlife management guidelines. Um, Hunter education is mandatory for individuals born on after January 1st, 49, and involves completing a certified course covering topics like wildlife identification, hunting, laws, and safety practices. Must meet these requirements to legally hunt with a bow in Colorado. Uh, while Colorado permits felons to own and use bows, federal laws and interstate regulations might complicate matters. Federal law under 18 USC 922 prohibits felons from possessing firearms, but not especially just bows or other non-firearms weapons. This aligns with Colorado laws allowing felons to own bows within the state. However, traveling across the state lines may introduce complications. So some states have strict definitions of prohibited weapons or impose additional restrictions on felons, even for non-firearm weapons like bows. Certain states classify bows differently than traditional bow, subjecting them to stricter rules. Felons traveling or hunting outside Colorado must research the laws of the destination state to avoid violations which could result in severe penalties. Uh, Federal lands, national parks, or wildlife refuges may have their own rules regarding weapon possessions. Bows are generally permitted for hunting on federal lands during specific seasons. Felons must ensure compliance with both federal and state laws. Violations on federal lands can result in harsher penalties than state level offenses. Understanding implications is crucial for felons engaged in lawful activities, including bows, involving bows. Consulting legal counsel or reviewing other jurisdiction laws can help avoid violations. Uh, Parole or probation conditions can affect a felon's ability to own or use a bow. These conditions are determined by the court or parole board. It may vary by case, which state law permits felons to possess bows, but they may they must comply with additional restrictions imposed as part of their supervision. These conditions may include movement restrictions, regular check-ins, and probations on certain activities. Uh, Probation parole officers may impose further restrictions if they believe bow ownership could be linked to criminal behavior. This highlights a tailored approach taken by parole or probation systems to balance public safety with rehabilitation. Uh, Violating possession laws in Colorado can lead to significant consequences for felons, especially if parole or probation conditions are breached. While bows are not classified as firearms, misuse or unlawful activity involving a bow may result in penalties such as revocation of parole or probation and insurrection. Penalties depend on the nature of the violation, criminal history, and public safety concerns. Legal repercussions extend beyond immediate penalties. Violations may lead to additional charges, longer sentences, or stricter supervision conditions. Um, However, these penalty consequences are essential for felons to ensure compliance with the law and maintain their freedom. Uh, Input, uh, Legal counsel can provide valuable guidance to avoid inadvertent violations. Okay, this. That's what kind of more what I was looking for. But of course, as always, I ain't no legal expert. I ain't no bow expert, and this is the like go state by state, try to do overview stuff. Uh, like if your family wants to go like out bow hunting, uh, seek guidance for an attorney. If you're on probation, you got two like still go see a attorney plus the probation officer, just to double check. Always like, share, leave a comment, and if you're new, help me out with this channel. If you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell for further uh, videos. Until next time, y'all take it easy.